I grew up always loving aircraft, airplanes. Dad and I would build model airplanes. That's kind of what we did, So working on stuff, flying, being in aviation is something that, I've had with me for a long time. AMS was started in spring of 2010. Myself and 3 other employees as technicians, covering 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, on-call line maintenance for Nashville.
They started with four people. I think I was the 5th. So I've seen it grow from that into close to 50 today. Corey's morals and ethics align perfectly with mine, and I really want to be a part of AMS. We've grown our locations from a small one service van location in Nashville to multiple locations in multiple states. We recently purchased a marina in Mississippi. There are a lot of similarities between a marina and some of the aviation businesses. For instance, the FBO fuels aircraft, hangars aircraft, services aircraft. The marina fuels boats, has slips for boats, and services boats. Most importantly, we bring the same philosophy with our employees to the marina and to all of our aviation businesses.
My job is twofold, one to our customers, one to our employees. Our customers have got to be put first, whether that's someone in a pontoon boat needing fuel, someone in a Gulf Stream who needs to be put away for the night to get out of a thunderstorm, or an air carrier with a 757 that needs a tire change. We have to put that customer first, and we have to do it in such a way that our employees know that they're valued and that their work means something to not only the customer but to this company.
There is an attitude that is infused from management all the way down that is customer-centered. We strive to provide the level of service that our competitors don't provide, and we take ownership in each job and each responsibility that we have. We've been able to create a company that has grown, that continues to grow, that is profitable. We're excited for what the future brings, and we're ready for that.
AMS currently consists of 3 major business components, the first of which is our line maintenance operation in Nashville, consisting of on-call and scheduled line maintenance for the air carriers.
We work on about 20 different airlines, so at any given time you could get called out to any different type of aircraft. There's a lot more that goes on beyond just aircraft maintenance. We manage over $1 million worth of inventory for several different airlines. We handle records for some airlines. We manage aircraft that are parked in preservation.
Because we started as an on-call company, the way that you can grow in this industry is to be the most efficient and be the standard. And that's where we've got our large contracts, from the very fact that we are the best in what we do. The guys we choose for these jobs have to be able to communicate fairly well and maintain composure under stress constantly, because it's very stressful. And you have a lot of lives at stake when you repair an airplane and it's flying in the air. It can't pull over on the side of the road, when something goes wrong. So it has to be done correctly the first time.
When we look for an employee, we look for attitude. We can teach skills, we can't teach attitude. So we want an employee who is infected with aviation. We want somebody who lives and breathes aviation. I think the result of finding that right employee is that the customer gets somebody who really cares. They're not just going through the motions and punching a time clock. They really care about the quality of their job, and they're willing to stay and see a job through all the way to the end, even if it means significant overtime or having to change their personal plans. For our airline employees, between the time we hire them and the first time that they walk out onto the ramp to turn a wrench, could be weeks and in some cases months. They go to airline-specific schooling. They may go to aircraft-specific training. And then, of course, we have our own internal training program. So we invest quite a bit in an employee before they ever turn a wrench on an airplane.
A lot of our employees have Gen Fam courses on several different aircraft, 4 or 5 different aircraft. There's nowhere else that you're going to go to work that is going to have you qualified on as many aircraft as we have. Our employees have an understanding that every single airline is different, that no 2 airlines operate the same way. So our employees are used to having to do things a certain way for each airline. Every airline has their own way of doing their paperwork, their processes, their inspections, and that's something that our employees are highly trained on.
It is up to the technicians, it is up to the line service personnel to carry out this commitment to the customer. They are the ones who interact with the customer. So it is vitally important that that person represents AMS to the level to which we all want it to be represented, to which it has to be represented. You have to truly care about the customer. You have to truly want to provide them that level of service. Turning wrenches is no less of a commitment to ensure that you provide the customer what they expect. You know, they expect a safe aircraft performed on time. That's a very real commitment. It's a very difficult task as a technician to ensure that you do that.
Most of the management of AMS are aviation enthusiasts. I'm a pilot, our president is a pilot, many of our employees are pilots. So we've spent quite a bit of time in various FBOs all around the country. We know what services pilots want. We try to provide those services.
And so that's what we do for our base customers, is we're there. You know, they call us, you know, whatever time. We're gonna, you know, pick up the phone, we're gonna take care of the problem that they have.
It becomes a family. I mean, it's just, even with the customers that come in, we become a family. We see each other all the time. Communication is the key. That way we know their likes, we know their dislikes, we know what they want, we know what they need.
One thing that differentiates AMS-run FBOs from a typical city-run FBO is there's also an emphasis on the bottom line. We know that to survive, we have to make a profit, but to make a profit, we have to satisfy our customers. So there's a constant balance between the two. I think we're very good at providing the level of services that pilots need and expect, the level of professionalism that's required in our business, the level of discretion that's required from an FBO.
It's a dedication to a commitment that you've made and an understanding that not following through, failing to meet expectations is more than just a loss in revenue. It's a loss of a relationship. It's a loss of a reputation. We do want to continue to grow. We want to bring this level of service to other customers in other areas.
This is the largest lake in the state of Mississippi. It's not crowded, you don't have big boat traffic going through. So you get a beautiful lake all to yourself pretty much. There are so many people around, even in this area, that know the lake is here, but they have no idea that the marina's here. There are no other marinas anywhere within about a 2-hour drive of this marina. We are the only one. Unfortunately, after a storm that took out some of the docks, the marina started going down, and it was maintained, but not in the fashion that it deserved to be. When Corey and AMS came in, things started immediately. The day that he got here, we started making changes. If you talk to any of our tenants, they're thrilled with the changes that have been made. We've got, of course, a great recreation area out here. We have slips, both uncovered and covered slips, rental boats, which were not available in the past. We do have fuel here. We have a restaurant on premises. Staff that we have here, the ownership, everything is geared toward making the customer experience here a very pleasant one and, what they would expect to have. Right now, it's just an absolutely different place than the Sardis Marina of old.
The business has to take on the ethics and values and the persona of those who are in it, those who lead it, those who work within it.
I believe that our focus on customer service has led us to obtain the contracts and grow the company at the rate that we have.
What can AMS provide to that customer? What can we do for you? How can we solve a problem? How can we meet a need?